Hey, yo, it's mobbing. It's your boy Ken Nook, man. And I ain't gonna lie, dog. I need some answers, man. Welcome to the Court of Stupid Opinions. And right now, we're talking about everything wrong with this jail phone call from Tory Lanez. He called up Kelsey the night everything happened. And I just wanted to break it down and give a new perspective that hasn't been given already. If you're new here, all I ask is that you hit the like button, man, and join the conversation by dropping a comment on what you think about this entire situation. And lastly, subscribe to the channel. I'm on a 10K subscriber grind. I'm currently at 4K subs, man. Help me out. In this audio, people have been, just on this Tory Lanez hate train. And now the evidence that the jury had is now leaking. They leaked the jail phone call that Tory Lanez did. They also leaked the 80-minute conversation that, Kelsey had with the prosecution team, and everything like that. So now people are saying, this stuff really means he did it. This is the evidence. This is everything we needed. But in all actuality, it doesn't prove anything. So I want to break everything down one by one. I want to start with this phone call. So I'm going to let the video play with the audio, let you hear it for yourself. And then I'm going to break it down for you to give you a different perspective than just saying that he admitted to, doing something that he never said. I'm going to give you a couple things to just pay attention to when you're listening. Listen to exactly what Tory Lanez said. Pay attention to how Kelsey is acting, how Kelsey's acting and responding. Something's off with this entire conversation. And also just pay attention to actual words and context. All right, I'm going to let the video play.
A free call from
Tory?
an inmate at LAPD jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. Press 1 to accept the call. To deny this call, thank you for using Telmate.
Hello?
Hey.
Y'all got out safe and everything?
Huh?
Y'all got out and everything y'all good?
Niggas still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital y'all at?
Why what?
You said what?
You're listening to Street
I
TV.
said Megan's in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Let me see. Cedar, something like that. Cedar.
Bro.
Sure.
Regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga, I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. That ass. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, that ass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro. Just that, nigga, I was so fucking drunk, nigga, I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, so, whatever,
Yeah.
bro. But, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right. And that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Like, for real, dog.
I know. There's a lot that happens, but
A whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But, this day, like, happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like, just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
When I got to the house, shorty, like, all top niggas, they gave me like 5 shots, like, off the door, like, you feel me? So I was out of there, like, wasn't even there with niggas, like, you feel me? We was taking shots past that time. I wasn't even there with niggas, like, bro. I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro. Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah, no, I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
it's like, but tell me what hospital she's in.
I told you, Cedar Medical.
Alright, you ain't got Quan's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Quan, I do have his number.
Can you call this nigga Quan? What happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like, you get a chance, bro. Just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
I think honestly, I think we're gonna try to because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's going to get, because, you know, it's already on, like, there's no names released yet, but the report is already, it's already out, you know?
But, like,
so
out is what? What you mean, out?
it's on some app. You know, Megan's team is on top of this. So,
Yeah, but, like, niggas don't, there's no way that Megan's on, like, the thing.
no, there's no, what'd you say?
There's no way that Megan's, like, on the thing.
No. So far, none of that is there. But, I mean...
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be one of those. If anything, the only nigga that's going to get this backlash is me. It's not going to be her. Alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just want to let y'all know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I never did that shit if I wasn't that drunk, bro. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
Get out of here, you guys.
You're listening to Street TV.
I can't hear you. What you say?
Yeah,
Hello?
So, if you just listen to that, I hear a man calling, feeling guilty because he was the actual root of the problem. Hearing that with the context, knowing that, you know, he's accused of shooting somebody, that would be a nail in the coffin. You would hear that and be like, yeah, he did it. Saying that he did something that night. He's admitting to doing something, but he never actually speaks on what it was that he did. So, with that being said, once you hear the facts of the case and you realize that Tory started the entire argument, the other two people in the cars both said that he was, you know, yelling, shouting, using the B word, you know, the H word, going in, going crazy, snapping. It's alleged that Kelsey and Meg got into a whole fight altercation, and Tory and his bodyguard intervened and got in the middle of that. And even Sean Kelly, the witness, said that he saw 3 of them beating up on Meg. So, you know, that could be what he could have been calling for. You never really know. It sounded to me like he was making his rounds because he knows that he started the entire issue. So he needed to call Kelsey and apologize to her because everything started with him exposing what happened, and then it broke down to a whole nother thing. I don't want to jump into, you know, the conversation that Kelsey had with the prosecution, but even in that interview, she says that she's never seen Tory act this way. So that would explain why he's calling. He was out of character. He never really acts like that from what he was saying, and that's what he was apologizing for. If you listen to Kelsey is way too calm and too regular on the phone for it to be that he just did something to her best friend. Jail phone call or not, I've never seen somebody who supposedly got, you know, hit on by some guy answer the phone call and talk as smoothly as Kelsey did when she supposedly was a victim also. Not in the same way that Meg was, but apparently they tried to say that, you know, Tory did the same thing to Kelsey as far as putting hands on. So this conversation lets me know that Kelsey was cordial with everybody, even after the situation. Mind you, this isn't when everybody knew what actually happened. This whole conversation that they're having was literally the same exact day. You know, for y'all who don't know, they got booked at like 3-4 in the morning. Meg went to the hospital because she was bleeding. Tory, Kelsey, and Quan went to the police department where that's why those 3 people got scanned for gunshot residue. The reason why was because they found a gun in the car, and also was because the reason why they even got stopped that night wasn't because they fought, was because people were calling talking about gunshots. So they stopped that car because it fit the description of the car that they heard the gunshots. So that's why Tory went to jail for the gun. That's why Tory was in jail. He wasn't in jail for domestic violence or anything like that. He was in jail only because they found an unregistered gun in his car that was warm. And because it's Tory's car, I don't know if y'all don't know this, but when it's your car and nobody claims the gun, you get hit with it. Unless the police want to be buttholes and they want to charge everybody. But this wasn't that case. So Tory took the charge because it was his car and it was unregistered. And so he knows that this entire situation between everybody, because at that point, he didn't even know that he knew Meg was in the hospital, but he did not know if she was still there or if she got locked up or got in trouble either. He's thinking that everybody just, is in trouble with the law. That's why they're talking about backlash and getting backlash from this and backlash from that and speaking on this and saying that. This phone call doesn't give me, hey, I popped your friend and I'm calling to apologize for putting you in that situation and I shouldn't have done that, because even Kelsey's response, everybody knows, jail phone calls are recorded. But my thing is, I heard nothing on Kelsey's end that even sounded like she was even trying to hint to the fact that he did something wild that night. Like, yeah, she said a lot of things happened that night. A lot of things did happen. But there was nothing that was said that even spoke about a gun being used, which leads me to believe, like I said, Kelsey was just way too calm in this audio. Way too calm. You feel me? She's sitting outside the hospital where Meg is at, talking to Tory on the phone as if nothing happened. Besides, an apology was old. She didn't even sound like she wanted an apology from him or that it was anything to even talk about. You feel me? I can't say that Tory Lanez admitted to doing anything, but y'all will hear this and say, oh, Tory Lanez admitted, but he never did. All he said was he's sorry for what he did. And after listening to this case, it was a lot for him to be sorry for. That's why he made his rounds, because he got everybody locked up, sent to jail. Nobody really made it home. You know what I'm saying? Meg ended up in the hospital. He had a lot to apologize for, whether he did it or didn't do it. This audio does not say, hey, yes, I'm sorry that I shot Megan. Yes, he said, oh, she'll probably never talk to me again. Would you talk to a person again who just exposed you for y'all messing around with her best friend? Would you talk to a person who hopped out the car and helped somebody beat you up and stomp you out? You know what I'm saying? Would you? No. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot to apologize, but nothing in this call says, yes, I did this and I'm sorry for that. But if I was on a jury and I heard this, I can see, I can kind of see now why they started to steer towards him being guilty. But with everything that I know from the trial that I heard, I still would have, me personally, I would have had reasonable doubt. But, as we all know, Tory was found guilty. I'm not here to argue no verdicts. I'm not here to argue none of that. What they came up with was their own conclusion. I'm only going off this evidence right here. Listening to Kelsey, she did not sound stressed enough. She did not sound like she cared. Kelsey sounded as if it was just a regular day. Listen to her tone. You feel me? She's outside the hospital where Meg is at. Mind you, this is the same time frame where she texts Meg and asks her should she even go to the hospital because this hurts and that hurts and this hurts. But she was being cordial and cool with everybody like nothing even happened. So, like I said, this personally seems like a frame job on him and somebody's walking away, But I'm not going to put this on nobody. The jury did their job. I just wanted to give a different perspective. If you agree with my perspective, let me know in the comment section. If you disagree, let me know how you feel about the phone call and the conversation. What did you gain from the conversation that Tory had with Kelsey? What do you think actually happened that night? I feel like the prosecution didn't do a lot on their part to better prove that it was Tory, but with the evidence they had, obviously they got the conviction, but I personally feel like that the evidence was lackluster. They should have came with a whole lot more, and they had a whole lot more that they could have done, but they didn't do. Yeah, let me know how y'all feel about all that in the comment section, man. How do you feel about the phone call and everything? Also, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man. I'm on a 10K subscriber grind. I'm currently at 4K subs, man. Help me out. I do this strictly for the conversation, you know what I'm saying? And also, be kind in the comments. Don't come with too much negativity. This is just a conversation, man. If you can't express yourself and express your own opinion without downing somebody else's opinion, then don't hop in the comment section, man. I don't want to keep getting these, insulting comments about other people and what they think and how they feel because they feel a certain way when you know, these are all opinions. You know, it's different when you're arguing a fact. Then you can call somebody anything you want because they're being oblivious to a fact. But right now, we're all speculating and giving our opinions. So be respectful in the comment section, man. But yeah, this E-Kid No Stupid Opinions, man.
Couldn't walk a mile up in my shoes. They say that if you snooze, you're gonna lose. Everybody wasting time, but I'm just staying on my grind till I ain't got nothing to prove.